Back in the building, family, with another video. Salute to all you guys, man. I hope everything is looking good at the top of your Monday morning. You guys are fresh, ready to put in that grind, but I already know that you guys are ready to go out here and get your money. On the morning after, I just witnessed Steph Curry drop 50 in Game 7. That's crazy. But nevertheless, we are not here to talk about the NBA playoffs. We are here to talk about the decisions that these modern women be out here making. And family, I came across a story that I had to bring to you fellas. Now, before I present you guys the story, let me just talk to you guys a little bit. You know, in this space, a lot of times we often criticize the decisions that the modern woman makes. For instance, her dating choices, the person that she chooses to get in relationships with. Especially in the Black community, we tend to talk about such things such as Pookie and Ray Ray, right? Now, for the record, I don't have any problems with Pookie and Ray Ray. I've said that before in other videos. Reason being is that I know that some Pookie and Ray Rays out there may start off a little bit rough, but then they turn around and they fix their life up. But sometimes you might have a Pookie and Ray Ray that schools you when you're coming up to say, bro, don't get involved with that foolishness. That ain't for you. Make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow path. So that way one day you can become something. So basically they kind of keep you out of jail when you're coming up sometimes. If she chooses to go out there and date a guy who is a Pookie or Ray Ray, as long as he ain't really having no kids out here and his kids ain't out here acting a menace, look, I don't care what the hell they do. Because the way I look at it is more like, yo, that's one less headache I'm going to have to put up with. But you hear a lot of talk around. These girls are going out here chilling with these guys who are really going to mess their lives up. They mess the community up, all of this other stuff. But one thing you have to understand is that some of these guys that you consider to be Pookie and Ray Rays, these men are extremely confident. Talk about game, they got it. They have a way with women to be able to touch her mind, her body, and her soul to get so far into her brain that she can't even think when she's not around that man. And she chooses that love for whatever reason. Not my issue. But when she goes to that level and she submits to that man, fellas, you wouldn't believe the shit that she's willing to do. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this story. But understand, this is not just specific to the sisters. A lot of women make this decision. They want to go out here and get with the bad boy because the bad boy provides a thrill, a rush that she's seeking. It's almost like adrenaline to these women. Without further ado, let's get into it, family. Now, this article comes over to us from the New York Post, and you would not believe the shit that this cop did. Yes, she's a female cop in New York City, and we're about to get into this story. Cop probed for trying to stop bust of alleged drug dealer. Her boyfriend, sources say. A hard-body Bronx cop is under investigation after she tried to stop narcotics detectives from busting her alleged major drug dealer boyfriend. Police sources told the Post. Bronx Robbery Squad officer Alisa, something Eastern European, 33, caused such a commotion during a car stop on Saturday that cops had to call for backup, sources say. She was moved to desk duty and had her guns taken away the same day on suspicion she was dating the alleged drug dealer. There are few details on the chemical romance, but the sources said that the couple met at the gym and that the cop who lives in Yonkers was warned before to stay away from him. Fellas, you guys know this when you're coming up and you're starting your dating process and you're in relationships with women. When the woman is told to stay away from that guy, she often chooses to date that guy. Narcotics have been watching him, a police source said. One day they pulled him over. They didn't know who she was until she stepped up and said who she was. She jumped out and got involved. A second police source said she definitely gave them a hard time. They called in for backup. He's a really bad guy and known to the department. We about to get to that in a second. Now, before we get on to the next section, let me just say this. Talk about a bottom bitch. Let's play a little game of smash or pass. I think we should be able to do that on this Monday morning. Yeah, the 33, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see that. It's in her hands or whatever. But she's at the gym or whatever. You know, she working out. Oh, look at the wheels. Legs is fit. You know, she running. Now, before we give a final verdict on that, we got more photos to review. But let's get back to the story. Police were planning to search the car and possibly bust the alleged drug dealer, the source added, describing him as a major player. They ended up letting him go, but they dropped a log on her, the first source said, referring to a filing in Internal Affairs Bureau complaint. The IAB then launched a probe. It's a dumb thing to do, the first source said. Rather bold, definitely. You know, I ain't really feeling the face like that, you know. I kind of like to start top and then kind of work my way down. So she's all right, but you could tell she does a lot of squats and stuff. She focuses on the legs. They tell you from day one you shouldn't be consorting with known criminals. This person is eventually going to use you as a get out of jail card, which is what he did. I want to see who wrote this article. Maybe I skipped over that part. Pardon me. Let me just kind of go back up here real quick. Because I'm thinking a woman wrote this article, man, because of the way she talking. Tina Moore, see? You could always tell when these feminists be writing these articles. And then it's the New York Post, so what do you expect? All right, let's get back to business. The department was tight-lipped about the case, and the sources were unable to provide the drug dealer's name or a criminal record. Mrs. I'm in need of thug love denied that her boyfriend is a drug dealer and that cops were about to bust him. Here we go again. All right. Whoa, all right. I'm smashing. That's my verdict. I'm going to have my fun, but 33, is she staying around? No, she's not going to be staying around. I will release her back into the wild. And the reason why that is because you can't date a 33-year-old who does not make wise decisions with her own life. She said the car was parked when cops pulled up to investigate, but wouldn't explain what happened. There's certain things I'm not allowed to speak on as per the department, she said, but the alleged drug dealer, that's not under investigation. He's not a drug dealer. The phone call was cut off and she did not return a reporter's call back. Mrs. I'm addicted to thug love closed her front door in the face of another reporter who tried to talk to her in Yonkers. The NYPD would only comment that her status is modified. Now imagine this, fellas. Imagine you had a dude, right? And he was dating like this Queen of the South type of chick, right? And the police had caught on to this Queen of the South type of chick. But then the police officer, who's a male working for the department, is like, nah, you're not about to get my shorty. I love me some Queen of the South. What do you think would happen to him? Mrs. I'm addicted to thug love has been with the NYPD for 11 years, joined the Bronx robbery squad in June, and previously worked at the Bronx's 48th precinct, which tweeted out a photo of her and other officers in 2017 after they took a gun off the street. Family, you want to talk about dumb. The NYPD paid her a total salary and overtime of $115,250. That's all I can show you right now. I don't know if that last picture was YouTube safe, but like I said, Shorty's squat game is definitely there if you're into that. The robbery squad is staffed by detectives who investigate cases that include pattern robberies in the borough and citywide and home invasions. It wasn't clear what role Mrs. I'm Addicted to Thug Love served in the unit. So here we go. Oh, now we got a face shot. Like I said, I smashed, bro. But let me know down there in the comments, bro. What would you guys do? The cop was warned a year ago not to associate with the alleged dealer after she tried to intervene when the police went to his home in northern Manhattan, sources say. Not only did she ignore the directive, she had the audacity to bring him to a police function, the sources said. Oh, shit. Yo, this is crazy. She picked bad over good. Family, she's addicted. We already know that these women prefer bad boys. We talk about that shit all the time. Because something is wrong with them. But also, it's that adrenaline rush. It gives them that rebellious feeling. He's unpredictable. And let's face it, whether you want to admit it or not, these women are addicted to toxic relationships. They absolutely love it. She picked bad over good, said a longtime police officer who spoke on the condition of anonymity. Holy shit, yo, y'all are wrong for that. Yo, that's hilarious. Thick police officer. Uh-oh, so she got the cakey, so y'all lying. If y'all talking about y'all ain't gonna smash, so y'all some lying MFers. Don't even try it down there in the comments. Talking about you gonna pass, so you gonna wax it. It's very disappointing. She could have had the pick of the litter. Yo, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna save that for the close. A cop who associates with a known criminal could be punished administratively with a transfer or loss of vacation time, or criminally charged and sentenced to prison if it's determined that they broke the law, police sources said. The policy is in place because you want police officers to be somewhat incorruptible. Yeah, that's hilarious. Says this John J. Professor, a former NYPD sergeant. She could have knowledge of potential search warrants that might be happening. If you have a police officer that's on the inside, they can wreak a whole lot of havoc for investigators. Now that's true. You know what? Shout out to Jack, man. They love the sexual attention. That's what's priceless to these women, bro. Now here we got more photos of the chick. Look at that. She loves the attention. She loves showing off that cakey. She loves showing you what she's been doing in the gym. In closing, family, let's talk about this. Here you got a woman who's been working for the force 11 years. She chose to focus on her career. Why couldn't she have no man when she joined the force 11 years ago? Is it because she picks bad? Yeah, but she wants to pick that way. And that's what a lot of these women go out here and do. There ain't no saving a woman who's going to go out here and risk it all for a guy that might be doing questionable activities. But now she's 33. She's been working out in that gym, getting fit, doing all types of calf raises and everything else there in the gym to make sure she stays nice and tight. She got her career, but she got no man. So what does that tell you? It's undefeated. These women gonna run into that wall no matter what they do at that age. They don't go out here and secure a man early on. This could be their future. There ain't no use in you worried about the decisions that she made because you ain't even checking for women who have hit the wall. And then that person mentioned in the article, she had the pick of the litter. No, she didn't. And she damn sure don't have it now. But when she's addicted to his love, she is willing to risk it all, like you seen here in this particular story. $115,000 is what she was clocking. But do you think that that woman who loves to go out here and post on social media, loving the attention, loving the spotlight, do you think that she can attract a man making that same $115,000 or better in New York City? No, she can't, because they don't focus on what's important. So if you're a woman watching this, understand something. You can focus on your career all you want to. You could talk about, I don't need no man, I ain't worried about no man, all that other stuff. But yeah, as you progress and get older in life and you was focused on your career, you might look up one day and be 30 plus and you're going to be asking the same question. Why is it that I can't attract a man making the same amount of money as me? Why am I forced to date some guy who might be into questionable activities? The answer is going to be because of the decisions that you made in your past. And they say the upside down calculator is winning. When I hear those talking points, it makes me laugh. Until next time, fellas, I'm out. Let me know your thoughts down there. Peace.